Joe Lewis, and you're watching Transmission Live.
You're watching Transmissions Live. We're here with Black Joe Lewis live at the Fillmore in San Francisco. New album, Electric Slave, on Vagrant Records is available now at blackjoelewis.com, correct? Vagrant Records, iTunes, Amazon, all that stuff. Really excited to meet you. Thank you for coming and sitting down with us.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk about the album a little bit. This one's got a little bit more grit to it than the previous ones. Was the producer Stuart Sykes?
Yeah.
That's that. Did he bring that to the table, or how was working with him make this album?
He just has a different style than what we did with the last dude, and we just kind of felt like this record just kind of goes back to like what I used to do before I had this band, and just going back to the blues stuff and just kind of keeping it raw, and we just wanted to make a record that sounded or just represented what we sound like live,
Gotcha.
And then the other two didn't really catch that. So when we went in, that was kind of like our frame of mind,
The goal, bring the fuzz boxes in.
Well, just to do how we sound live, because like a lot of people have been like, "Oh, y'all changed it up and all this," but it's like if like a lot of the people, if you've been to the show, you wouldn't. I don't think people that have seen us live before really would say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
It's just like I guess because
more of a live sound,
just
a little bit more.
or just something that represents just like a more natural sound to what fits the band better, what you do,
Okay. So looking back on that album, I mean, obviously you're proud of it. It's a great album.
Mm-hmm.
What was your takeaway from it? Learning that live sound and
On this-
that, or
On this one,
yeah,
I just like I think the songwriting I like better, and we got a variety of different things going on, and all the songs kind of got talk about somebody or something or like a situation, I just think it's a little bit deeper than what we've done in the past.
What song surprised you when recording this that was a lot easier to do or flowed a lot better, or any recording thing that surprised you?
We did skull digging pretty fast. I always we work kind of quick in those, like, even at sound checks and studio situations, so we always expect things to come quick, but there were a few things where I had to do like a lot of vocal takes, you're just not hitting it right. I ended up getting something ended up happening with my throat. I was just going at it too hard one night or something, and it just ruined me the next day. So that was a little, you always have like frustrating days and good days when you.
So playing the songs live, what sort of like surprising you, or which is the crowd like picking up on songs you didn't expect?
I think
playing live?
Skull Digging's been getting pretty good responses live. That was one where a lot of people were telling me that, oh, it's gonna freak everyone out that likes your soul music or whatever. To me, it's all, it sounds like blues music to me. You know what I mean? It's just loud.
So actually, about the photos and your Gunsmoke type Clint Eastwood stuff, how'd that photo shoot go, or who came up with the album cover and all that stuff?
It was my idea.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of the Clint Eastwood in particular, and spaghetti westerns and all that stuff. So when we came out, I just wanted to. I was like, let's do a western themed photo. Let's go for that. And we try to got a photographer, and we went out to Enchanted Rock. Yeah, we went out there and did that. And we had guns and stuff. We were trying to hide them from the tourists.
Just talking about the band name.
So a lot of people are always asking me, why is it black? Why is it black?
Okay.
Is that racist? And it's like, it's as simple as back in the day, me and one of my buddies, we would make these crazy little comedy sketch tapes or whatever, recordings, and one of the characters was named Old Black Joe. And it was kind of like inspired, I guess, by the Richard Pryor recordings when he's doing his grandfather.
Yeah.
So we were kind of, it was a guy who would just run around and scream at people and do crazy stuff like that. And so whenever I was like,
And the Honey Bears are gone, so it's just Black Joe Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about, is Austin home for you now?
Yeah.
This is where you're hanging out now?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your background and getting to where you're at now. So, like, struggling or breaking through, what were sort of like your crap jobs you had before being a musician full time?
I did construction. I worked at a factory. I worked at like doing like assembly line work, not like crazy factory, crazy hardcore labor, but working in the call centers and all that. Fish market, I think you said that. I was shucking oysters there. That was probably the worst one.
So this is your band, and I mean, is the lineup the same as this one has it been for the previous albums?
No, we had our guitar player and our drummer left the band, and probably about a year ago now, maybe 2. So I'm the only guitar player. We didn't replace him, and we have a different drummer now, Eduardo Torres. He's actually from here in San Francisco, or San Jose actually, the Bay Area, I guess. So yeah, we just had a couple new faces, you know.
Did that change recording style in a way, or?
Well, yeah, you know, you just got, you know, there's less people and ideas going around, you know, and you get, you know, after a while, kind of like some of the guys do the band and the dudes that are left are kind of on the same page. You kind of, you know, you can go in there and just make your music, you know what I mean, without any conflicts or whatever, when everybody's on the same page. So maybe that's why we're so proud of this one, you know. So, you know, the other two is just kind of like, oh, we should do this, let's do that. And this one, everybody's on the same page. So.
You left it all out there and you're pleased with this one. Do you find it easier to record and cutting albums and stuff and playing live? Is growing as an artist?
I don't know. I like doing the shows. My favorite thing, you know. I'm not a big studio junkie guy like a lot of musicians. You know, I should be, but you know, I don't know how to work any recording equipment or anything like that. I've never really been into that stuff. I just like playing, man. You know.
So you just kind of go in and kind of like to do it one take.
I try, you know.
That kind of stuff.
You know, if I do a bad take, I'll go back and do it until it sounds good. But you know, to me, that's a good day when you go in there and just nail everything right away. You know.
Mic drop. That's
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
When you became a band, when can you say what was like the first gig that you did? It's like, we're here, this is a band now.
I don't know. We had a lot of fun coming. We used to play like a lot of house parties and a bunch of the bars back on Red River that used to be there and stuff. And I guess we played this one gig and I guess, or whenever we went on tour with Spoon, man. We got to go on tour with Spoon way early on and open up for them, and that was pretty cool because that was the first time I really left Texas and got to see the West Coast and see mountains and all that, you know, and whatnot. So
what do you do besides music? You got other hobbies you like to do? Kick back at home?
And just try to write songs, and you know, I got into I went hunting a few times. That was fun, you know. Shooting guns and stuff like that every now and then. So
how's your shot?
It's all right. I'm getting better. I'm decent. You know, I can hit what I'm aiming at. You know. So, but you know, I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore Ted Nugent or anything like that. You know. But I don't know.
Nobody's hardcore as Ted Nugent.
Just take it easy.
That's
So.
all right. So you're watching Transmissions Live. We're here with Black Joe Lewis, live at the Fillmore in San Francisco. New album, Electric Slave, is on Vagrant Records, available now at blackjoelewis.com and iTunes and Amazon and all that type of stuff. And we're here with Joe. What draws you to rhythm and blues music? A big question.
I like the old stuff that's just primal and it's like Hound Dog Taylor and Elmore James, you know, it's just somebody screaming, you know, and just guitars, you know, it's not the most, what is it, doesn't have like a bunch of chords in there and all that, you know what I mean, it's just primal, like, man, I like rhythm a lot, you know, just something I can bob my head to or whatever, you know.
So are you kind of the main songwriter in regards to the albums and stuff? How do you keep it democratic with other stuff when you're just like you have it all kind of broken down?
You know, I'll come up with an idea, you know, and then I'll bring it in, practice or whatever, and I'm always open. I think you're kind of stupid if you just don't listen to other people. You know, I mean, you guys got to try. I'm always about like, you know, somebody's got an opinion. I'll try it once.
Right.
You know.
Were there tunes that you cruise recorded? You write a song, you record it, and it changes a little bit from your living room, and then from the album to playing it live. Are there some songs? I mean, sort of ask what songs are kicking off, but have you arranged some other tunes off this album, playing live, or some older songs?
No, I don't know. Like, I guess we kind of arranged them all together. A lot of it, you know. Skull Digging, I did a lot of that on my own. You know, I mean, I'd have to look at it and go down like, but a lot of it is just like, I'll just come up with a riff and some lyrics or whatever. And Bill who plays bass. He's really into helping with that stuff, so he'll come over and work with me and stuff, and you know, he'll like help me arrange stuff. He comes up with a lot of the arrangements too.
The idea of the album, or these a-holes sitting in their iPhones all day, like me right now. So talk about that a little bit. I know you've mentioned it, and I mean, what do you think about that? And what do you actually think about like the whole online and the Spotify stuff? How that affects you as an artist and trying to make a living?
Well, you know, I just think that I don't think everybody's an asshole for using their phone, but you know, I just think that nobody really lives in the now anymore. You know?
Sitting at a dinner table. I do it way too much, but you go out to dinner sometimes and there's 4 people sitting there and they're all staring like that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. And it reminds me like all these books I read, you know, like Brave New World, you know, and everybody gets on the Soma and they're just like, ugh.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like and it keeps on getting like, going further and further into the, like, integrating technology with your body almost, you know? You get like, people get fully addicted on, you know, like those games that people play on their computers online, you know, and they get hooked on that, man, and they just like, but, you know, it's just like a lot of times you'll be like at a show, not necessarily like when I'm playing it, I don't really care what people take pictures whenever I'm playing necessarily, but, you know, like if you're watching somebody play and then some dude in front of you, they got their phones are almost the size of those iPads now, and it's just huge light. You're like trying to watch a show, and
you got that jerk,
and he's sitting there filming like the whole show. Yeah, man, I'm just like, come on, dude. You know, it's just intrusive.
It is intrusive.
It's going on right in front of you, and it's how much attention can you be paying to it when you're like just jacking with your phone the whole time, you know?
And you're trying to focus.
Yeah, you know,
it doesn't turn out.
So you're gonna go home and watch it on your computer or whatever, you know? Like, so why don't you just watch it on DVD whenever it comes out or something, you know?
Enjoy the
yeah.
So who keeps it all together on tour? I know I met your tour manager.
Yeah, he probably does. You know, he probably gets worn out more than we do. You know, just you know, tour managers are professional babysitters, man, or adult babysitters, I should say. Yeah.
Everybody.
So they just kind of wipe everybody's ass. You know, make sure you're there, and you know, getting you there on time.
Okay.
Driving a lot.
So who's the worst troublemaker on tour?
Fuck, you know, probably Bill.
Right.
He's I wouldn't say he's a troublemaker, but he keeps it alive, you know.
Okay.
Keeps it interesting. So
Goddamn Bill. Right.
We got a pretty tame band, you know.
Okay.
But my guys are pretty quiet, you know. A lot of computers and iPhones, a lot of that,
right?
You know. So.
And who's when things get awry? Who's the peacekeeper? Or who's the hammer?
I guess I am, you know. I got, you know, sometimes you gotta speak up, you know, and so that actually makes you the bad guy. But everybody's cool. We get along, you know. Nobody's really, you know. A couple guys started arguing, everybody would be like, "Shut the fuck up," you know. Just like, you know. But so everybody's cool, you know. It's pretty tame. Everybody stays out of each other's space and whatnot, you know. So.
Yeah. BlackJoeLewis.com. Check out the new album, Electric Slave. It's amazing. VagrantRecords.com, iTunes, Amazon, and everywhere you can find music, and get it on vinyl because that's the best. And we're good, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.